Did you know that PAWS, post-acute withdrawal syndrome, affects nearly 90% of recovering opioid addicts? In this, it is in regards to the mental cravings, such as depression, anxiety, focusing, and sleeping. What's up, YouTube? This is your daily dose of mental health, and in this video, we will be discussing post-acute withdrawal syndrome, also known as PAWS. Let's jump right on into it. Alright, so what is PAWS? Once again, also known as post-acute withdrawal syndrome. And I wanted to make this video because it's something that really nobody can escape if you've been a chronic opioid user. It can start anywhere from 1 week to 2 weeks after your last use of opioids. It typically starts after the physical withdrawal. For me, one thing, and from people I see in the clinical setting, I'll tell you right now, many people, even that use heroin, that are using Norco, Percocets, a lot of times, the physical withdrawal can be hell, obviously, but in regards to long term, they would rather take physical withdrawal and have those flu-like symptoms for a couple weeks instead of going through the mental cravings you have, which can last, depending on how long you've used, for up to a year. Now let's jump into what some of these signs and symptoms and what these PAWS symptoms are. Biggest one I'll go ahead and tell you right now. Biggest two, anxiety and depression. You're gonna feel on edge a lot. Your depression, you could even have increased suicidal thoughts, sleep disturbances, memory loss, cognitive problems, and another thing, you'll be having cravings. A lot of reasons, even in the psych setting, a lot of things that I've seen is, people make it past that, that even 3 to 4 days of that physical rough withdrawal, and then they want to leave because the cravings start hitting really bad for them, or they'll get dope sick, and they'll go right back to using. PAWS, in my opinion, for a lot of people, if that was something that could be completely cured, you'd have a lot of people that could actually get off of opioids long term. You'd just be going through the flu and then feeling normal. I think honestly, you'd see a lot of people that'd be clean today. Once again, as I've said, even for me, PAWS was way worse than physical withdrawal. And I'll leave a link to my whole thing with tramadol so you can see. Another thing, PAWS can last anywhere from 1 month to 1 year, depending on how much and how long you've been using whatever opioid you have been using. And this is really the key factor right here, because let's say somebody's just been using for a couple months, or even up to 6 months every day, just popping pills. Theirs might not be that long. Theirs might only be a couple weeks compared to somebody, let's say, who's been even using heroin or fentanyl or injecting for years. Their PAWS and why their success rates aren't near as high. It's because those cravings and the post-acute withdrawal process of those mental cravings that are tough to get through, that anxiety and depression, they can last a long time. Heck, I've even had a patient who said, he's using Suboxone now, but for him, it was a year and a half. Now keep in mind, because the PAWS were so bad when he was getting off heroin long term, he's still using Suboxone to this day. Now, as I said, Suboxone is a great replacement for people who can stay clean and aren't using street drugs like heroin. So I just want anyone to know that, and encourage anyone out there who notice they've went through, if they're trying to get clean and they're going through that physical withdrawal aspect, meaning the vomiting, the flu-like symptoms, the diarrhea, that when you finish that, a lot of times that does not necessarily mean that's the end. What will come next is this post-acute withdrawal, which will be those, as I like to call them, it's those mental cravings. Man, and they can be a bitch sometimes. I'm going to be real honest with you. They can be a real bitch. But that's the whole point of this channel, is to give you an idea of what you're going to be going to, and a summary of what each topic I cover is. A lot of times I won't go into a lot of depth. It's just to cover the surface, to make it easy for anyone out there who sees this information. And also, for example, like the signs and symptoms that I put down, anxiety, depression, sleep disturbances, these are things I have went through, or things that I see in the clinical setting being an RN. So I'm giving you firsthand experience on what to expect and what I've seen. Big thing, the next video we will be covering remedies that can ease PAWS. I'll be putting that video up probably in the next 3 to 4 days. I've had a little stint off of work, but once again, please like and subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon. So yeah, leave a comment, leave also a topic you'd like me to cover. I'm going to cover the PAWS remedies next, but leave a topic you'd want me to cover. Since I work in the psych field, I'm a psych RN, I can give you info on just about anything. I'm not a medical doctor though, I can't give medical advice, but I can give experience, recommendations and whatnot. That's the whole point of this channel, is to keep people clean, help people in any way they need help, and just talk about mental health. So that's it for this video. This is your daily dose of mental health. I love you all. Stay clean out there. Let's have a good weekend. Peace out. Love you all. Hey guys, this is your daily dose of mental health. This is also my dog Leia right here. In this channel, we will primarily be discussing drug education, my drug withdrawal journey, and we'll be discussing as well just mental health topics in general that aren't discussed enough. Outside of that though, please leave likes and comments. Also subscribe if you like the content, because we'll be pumping out more mental health videos at least once a week. That'll do it. Love you all.